I just, in this whole last sequence, it made me think very much about how the downfall of the relationship between the human and the AI was the fact that the AI evolved so exponentially fast, increasingly so, like as the movie goes on, and then they're gone, But it made this character realize that one of the greatest loves in his life, perhaps the greatest, is the friendship that's been right in front of him the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That's why at the very end of the second rewatch, total third time of me watching the movie, I felt like her was even more about Amy.
Yeah.
That's what this final sequence said to me, and that's what I think made me cry. It was the fact that we get to understand through this last sequence and through the dialogue and so on that, yes, we are merely human compared to the AI. But it's the fact that there are other humans, unless we're living in simulation theory. Let's pretend that we're not for some sort of idealism here. There are other humans here with us. John is on the other side of the country right now in New York City, but he's talking to me. Like, we're having this conversation right now. We're doing this. We're corresponding. We're exchanging ideas. We are tapping into our friendship. We're tapping into our business relationship. We're tapping into what we know as our own humans with our own experiences. We are doing, I think, what Amy and Theo were doing at the end there. They're acknowledging the fact that there is a connection there that they have that's unbreakable, and it's the reason for living. It's the reason for ignoring your own thoughts that Theo has at the beginning of, am I ever going to feel anything again? And the beautiful thing about this movie is that it starts out with Theo talking about that and saying how he's pretty much implying he's never going to get back up on his feet. Will he ever find the person? Will he ever be able to share the love that he wants to share? The one that's part of the greeting cards, let's say, that he is, writing. And by the end of the movie, we get this idea that it's like, yes, every time you look at a good friend, every time you share any experience with the person that's there for you, through thick and thin, even if it's just sharing a sunset on the rooftop, every time you experience that and are aware in the moment of just how valuable that is achieving the thing. Even if it's not exactly what you wanted, the fact that other people are there for you and with you, even if there's just one, that makes the experience unique, uniquely human, and basically immortal in its own way. Okay? Because that's the story that matters the most. Can you create that with someone else romantically? Maybe. Maybe not. But her, Amy, at the very end, played by Amy Adams brilliantly, that turns out to be perhaps the most important moment in the entire movie, because it's what gets this character to arc. It gets this character to realize that there is so much value in his life, every moment he spends with Amy, because he's there for her and she's there for him. And in the retrospective ideas that he starts to get about Catherine, about how every moment that he remembers through those little sort of stream of consciousness flashes of the great moments between him and Catherine, that was valuable and worth it. Because just like Samantha, he is able to, I think, he's able to garner something from that relationship, right? I didn't know that I was able to love someone the way I loved you. And in the same way, I think Jones is implying he thinks I was never able to share such moments of happiness the way that I was with you, Catherine. And so there's an attitude shift and there's a perspective shift that this character goes through by the end. And this sunset, this moment, becomes the most beautiful moment for him. And that's what matters. And that is so incredibly powerful to me that it brought me to tears because it made me think about all the people in my life that make every damn moment of my life worth it. And I'll never forget that. And just in case I ever do, I'll watch her again and it will remind me of the same thing.